Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
Oh, he did. What is he doing? He's doing. Yo, Patreon. What it do? Welcome back. Hope you're swell. I didn't even ask you if we had comments from the last episode.
Oh, I don't even know, girl. I ain't even looked. I
I'm
don't think so,
like,
because I would have got alerted by it. I asked y'all some questions on that last episode too. I needed y'all to.
I know y'all don't need me talking to us no more. I spilled a lot of tea about my new young friend, and I just knew y'all had something to say about it. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Okay, fine. Carry on. We'll move forward. I wanted to spend this episode in your business.
In what?
You've mentioned, I want to be in your business. You've mentioned quite casually that you have been seeing someone. I would like to know more and all about it. Okay. Now, this is from Patreon. These are our friends. We're not going to share too much about him on the podcast.
Right.
But to share what you feel comfortable sharing with Patreon about this new fella you've been seeing.
New fella. Okay, so shout out to Bumble. That's where I met him. Met him right before Thanksgiving 2021. We both, swiped each other and just hit it off right off the bat.
Okay.
With the text conversation. And then we quickly moved from Bumble to talking on the phone and stuff like that. And saw each other for the first time, I think, maybe right before Thanksgiving. We met up at a public place. He's pretty frightened about the pandemic, or used to be. We're getting better about that. So met at a mall, just to hang out, and he had some shopping he was doing. It was around, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, whatever. So
wait. So y'all, this is actually trying to play us. So back to y'all met on Bumble, y'all hit it off, y'all talking on the phone, and the first meetup. When you first met him, so you obviously liked him or enjoyed him on the phone.
Correct.
Okay. So before the first meetup, were you like hopeful, worried, like, oh, I hope I like him in person? That's always kind of a disconnect between when you connect on and you meet.
It happened really quickly. Maybe within a week and a half or 2 weeks of us meeting, first swiping, we met up. And so because I didn't want to draw out the whole phone conversation and then see him in person and be like, no. So yeah, when we first, I was a little, not anxious, but I was like, I wonder if he, I was still kind of casual about the whole thing, because Bumble is what Bumble is. And so, but when we met up, we ended up standing outside talking for maybe over an hour. The first time we met in person. And so
you knew in that moment that he was vibing with you too.
Yes. It was the same type conversation that we had been having on the phone. It was just in person. And we were, actually, if anything, it was even deeper because we were, facing each other. So, so then when I left that meetup, that's when I started taking it a little more serious, like, oh, this could be something, found out he knew a friend of mine. And I immediately, I told him, I was like, he was like, you call her as soon as you got in the car. I was like, yep. And she had nothing but good things to say about him. And I know she would tell me the truth. She had known him for several years before. So yeah, so I was feeling pretty good about it at that point. And honestly have not felt that way since.
Right. There's that time. So how long has that been? When was that to now?
That was like I said, right before Thanksgiving, maybe a week before Thanksgiving. I think it was the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then till now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we going on a couple months.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said from the first meeting to this moment, nothing has happened, or he hasn't done anything to make you say, hold up, no, thank you.
Right. It's always been like, if we've had some bumps in the road, but it's like, how do we fix it as opposed to, oh, let me run for the hills because this isn't right. So yeah, I told you maybe 3 or 4 weeks after we met, I said these words, he is a good man, because he is a good man.
And you don't say that about a lot of dudes.
I don't say that about no man.
No, so I know when you said he's actually really a good man, you weren't saying that in the context of being with you. You were just saying it in the context of who he is as a person.
Right. Yes. So yeah, so we've been vibing. Like I said, we have had some bumps in the road. One of the main things in the very beginning is he sees the world in black and white. He sees right and he sees wrong, and there's no in between. And while I get it, because for the most part, yeah, that could be the case. There's a lot of gray in my area, and so because of that, we have bumped heads on like just different topics and stuff where, he won't budge and I won't budge because we're both very stubborn. And
I like to, yeah, I was gonna wait for you to get to that. Y'all both very stubborn. And y'all, one time, let me tell y'all, Patreon, one time they called me arguing about a TV show. And I'm sitting here listening to my friend call. I see her name. Hey girl, what's up? Girl, listen, you watch such and such. Did you think such and such character? And then he in there, no, don't tell her. Just ask the question. I'm like, they both stupid. That was my thought. They both stupid. Cause y'all, they like really going at it about this.
Talking about these people like they were real life people. We and
they arguing about it. Not like an argue like a fight, but they debating. They disagreeing about it to the point that they calling people outside of who's sitting there.
Yeah, because he called his best friend and got him on the phone.
Yeah, and I said, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to press stop or whatever that would stop watching it. Okay, walk away. Remember that all that ain't real, and don't call nobody else and bring them into this non-real situation that y'all arguing about. That really is like y'all must be crazy. I really was confused. I was like, is they that stupid?
And she couldn't believe I had found somebody who argues as much as me.
Who would argue with her about something
in the same way.
In the same way. And I said to her, it might have been that day. If it wasn't that day, it was a day shortly thereafter. When she mentioned some of their bumps, I don't even consider them bumps. I consider you done met your match. I don't even see, I'm the queen of girl, no, let that go. This ain't your bus.
Yeah.
But I really be like, listen, I am pretty convinced. And y'all know this is high. I have not officially met him yet. I think I said hi on a Zoom once. But I have told her, and I know for absolute certain, if her and this guy decide to not see each other anymore or just don't work out, it is probably literally going to be the most 50-50 failure I've ever seen in the history of a relationship.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
It's definitely
you're going to be part of the problem. You're going to be part of the problem.
Definitely would be. And we're going to dive into something.
A lot of times we date guys and we just get happened to. We don't talk to no more. We don't know what happened. His attention changed. But this one right here, I think you're going to be just as much to blame for the problems. For absolute certain, y'all. And y'all know I ain't never caping or capping for no dude. But I feel sorry for the brother. Because you know what? He's somewhere talking to his friends and family. He done met his match too. Mm-hmm. This one right here, one time I made her list many years ago before we became close. One time she lashed out at me. I probably have mentioned this a few times.
Yeah, every day.
And I said to her, you're going to have a hard time finding a man who loves you like this. And y'all, she done found a man. He done seen some of the list. He keep calling her. Don't mean she don't need to work on the list, but she has found somebody who has experienced some of this list. And he keep calling her. So I don't know. I think I'm hopeful. I'm encouraged.
But yeah, even that conversation
yourself. I don't think you offered him a pristine, clean, sweet, kind version of yourself. He didn't got the real you, and he keeps showing back up. But it also has let you experience yourself in a relationship in a way that you can see how some of those edges can be softened for compatibility.
And I think he's worth the softening of the edges too. That's a big deal, because you meet some people and it's just like, no, I will not give you my heart because you just stomp on it and chew it up and spit it back out and all that. And
even, you know what? And not even your heart. We were talking about, we'll probably do an episode coming up about Love is Blind, but we were talking about in season 2 of Love is Blind, the guy who was a vegetarian who ate meat for that girl who didn't care nothing about him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think when you do hold your changes and your openness and your cooperation for somebody who has earned it and who deserves it.
You think it's worth it? Yeah.
Would you just sit here eating meat with this girl that all us know don't like you?
I mean, come on, man. Everybody, we all could see that she didn't want you, and she should have stopped him. She shouldn't have let. Never mind.
Listen, you're going too deep. But
Yeah.
my point was he changed his convictions very easily. So it made it seem like it wasn't a real conviction of him.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I'm saying when you say you meet somebody who is worth the change and worth the challenges, that's a real thing. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna be arguing with you. I ain't even getting nothing out of this to be arguing with you about it. That's how most of my relationships have been.
Right.
It ain't the ones that I have fought for and literally fought for a meeting, hanging on by a thread. It was because to me at that time, the payoff was worth it. The moments where it was good were so good that, okay, I'm gonna suffer through this. Right now, dudes only want to offer you the suffering part. And you're like, but what a good part is. Like, what a good stuff. Like, I understand we're gonna have some bumps in the road, but bruh, why we always driving off in the woods and hitting trees? And like, when do we get some of this asphalt in this piece? And so this guy, you feel like he is special, you think? And you see yourself not wanting to not be with him.
You said, do I see myself not wanting?
You don't want to not be with him.
I hate these questions when you got the double negative.
I'm just trying to see if he's listening. I'm saying you don't not want to be with him, right?
I don't not want to be with him, yes. Well, no, he is like, you know, I don't know, it's just we get along, and that's key. We don't necessarily like the same things, or you know, we don't have the same life experiences. So we are different in that aspect. But I think, you know, he told me this the other day. He was like, I think us knowing each other makes each of us better people, and that's what you want in somebody, you know. So yeah, you know, we're gonna get throughout this season on Patreon, especially, we're gonna get into some of the struggles, or a lot of the struggles I have had and will continue probably to have, because I think my biggest thing right now has been to think in terms of his feelings and think in terms of him being a part of my life as opposed to just being me. Like the other day we were on the Zoom about to record, and I told him, he called, I think you heard the conversation, and I said something like, oh, I'm gonna do this for my birthday. And so when I got off the phone with him, you said, well, how did you said? I said I communicated.
I said, wow, you really just told him what you was gonna do for your birthday, and it did not involve him.
I wasn't even thinking about it at that moment.
I'm gonna talk to him later. I mean, we talked about it. I think you got to work whatever. I was like, yeah, but you just told him what you looking at to do, and it did not involve him. And if you think he has to work, you still ain't even offered him the option. To be involved or to plan or to be with you. Y'all, I mean, that's what I'm saying, y'all. I've been over here. I didn't pull her off the ledge. We gonna get into it Patreon. But one time, I ain't lying to y'all. This is a true story. One time, like 2 weeks ago, she called me upset because she had cleaned her house because he was gonna come over and hang out. And then he said, he works a lot. He said, hey, why don't you just come to my place so I can be do some stuff I need to get done, but I want to see you and spend time. She called me upset because I cleaned my house for nothing.
No, but see, that wasn't the whole story.
I said, friend, your house wanted to be clean. You gonna enjoy it. I mean, by the time me and her got off the phone from this, her rationale was, well, I guess I will want to come home to a clean house. I said, but wait, this man didn't say he didn't want to see you. He didn't say he didn't want to spend time with you. He just asked if y'all change the plan. And you're annoyed because you thought he was coming to your house and you cleaned up. But he's asking, can you come to him so he can spend time, but also get some stuff he needs to get done, but spend time with you. And so you're upset about what?
She's making
because I cleaned my house.
She's making it sound really bad. We had a conversation.
Tell me what I'm missing.
The lead up conversations to that. That was like the end of the rope for me.
That had nothing to do with it. The lead up had nothing to do
with it. It had to do with us spending time together. And we'll dive into that too, because his idea of spending time together is different than my idea of spending time together. And he has these drastic black and white solutions.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But I'm saying the day that y'all were going to spend time together, you were upset because it wasn't what you had planned.
Yeah, well, what he had planned, what he had said, you know.
Right. But the plan was still for y'all to be together. Right. And I pointed out to you that you have cleaned your house.
I had reached a limit based on our conversation a couple of days before, and the continual conversation like leading up to that moment. I had just reached you know, a limit of but the reason I called you is because I knew it was irrational, and I knew that I couldn't complain to him about it. You know what I mean?
And
So
always do that. Please always do that. Please don't ever call him with these harebrained schemes you be.
I knew better than to make that a thing. So but I had to still express, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad you expressed it. And once you talked it out and you heard me say it back, you sounded crazy to you. That's what I'm here for. But I also said this is PTSD flaring up for him because you have cleaned up and for a man to come before and then you ain't hear from him no more.
Yeah.
So I get why when you plan and then it changes, but the change of plans were for you to still spend time with this man. Right. And he has never not done what he said he was going to do. Yes. Even if the plan have to change, he's still going to do what he said he going to do. Yeah. Right.
Never.
So I had to be her emotional support animal and say, no, that was just a car backfiring. You're not in war. I'm here. And I would like to give myself a tremendous pat on the back. Because y'all, he is a man. And y'all know I don't like them right now. So I would like to congratulate myself on being a very good supportive friend in this connection. And I'm usually the one talking her off the ledge, y'all. For the record, I am the one that says, hey, friend, hold on, stop. Listen to yourself. It ain't no, yeah, he said this. Yeah, girl, come on back over here to this island with me. No, no, friend. Hold on. Stop. Let me see what you said. Hold up. Wait, stop. Okay. So I will congratulate myself for being able to, again, I've never spent time with this man, but this man has moved in such a way that I feel like it is okay for us to relax and trust him. And y'all know that's a lot. That is saying a lot. Okay. But he has moved. Look, I would say he has handled us in such a way that I say, girl, go forth. Mm-hmm. Go forth. And I also tell her, go forth fully and completely. Not scared, not timid, not trying to keep one hand. I say, go forth fully and completely. Mm-hmm. So I just want to have this on tape. I'm that friend. And we also have said, if anything happened, well, this ain't gonna be it, then yeah, you good. You done. You retiring too. Okay, cool. Then you come on back. We get our shows back.
I'm done. Like I can't deal.
We're gonna be done after this.
But if he turns out to be who he's not, which I know he won't.
No, I'm not even.
I don't think that would be the issue. You know,
you ain't coming back. You ain't coming back. I ain't even looking for you. We didn't already give your seat up. Okay. But I have several girlfriends in the dating game at different stages and for different reasons at different stages. And I have been impressed with myself in that I've been able to support them where they are, not where I am. Mm-hmm. I am. Do not say nothing to me about no man talking to me about nothing ever his shit. Yeah. That's where I am 100% fully and completely. Mm-hmm. But in the different stages of my girlfriends things, I've been impressed with being able to encourage and support connection with men. Even though I don't personally believe in it. But yeah, this fella, I look forward to talking about him more on Patreon. We're not going to talk too much about him specifically on the main channel because he's a real person and he's in real time. And we do try to respect even the losers' privacy. We'll give y'all a little bit more on Patreon as far as situational. And we'll talk about
it'll probably be my situations as I try to navigate this new space in this new world, because it is challenging. And I think you told me something the other day. You're like, when it comes to making sacrifices and stuff, it's going to feel like the bigger sacrifices on me, even if it's not. It's going to feel that way just because I don't have that experience in relationships.
Right.
So
anything you have to change or give is going to feel like the biggest thing ever.
Everything is going to feel like a big sacrifice, right? So that and that's
sometimes you fighting over molehills, and it's like, boo, this ain't no mountain. Like, let that go. It literally don't matter. Mm-hmm. Like, it's gonna be something you're gonna want to fight for. Mm-hmm. This ain't it. And I've been proud of you because you are somebody who will say, I've told you before, part of your challenges in dating and in connecting with a man, and probably this is a challenge most of my girlfriends that I have, we too happy single. We too clear and positive. Like, some people are miserable single. Some people exist, they are really just having a hard time and they just want somebody. Mm-hmm. I don't have those people as my friends. So the challenge my friends have is, okay, it's not just that this dude is a good alternative. It's like, is this dude a good alternative to my peace? The answer's gonna be no every day of the week. So the fact that you've been able to open yourself up, and he has never challenged your peace, but he has challenged who you are in the context of a relationship. And these are things that you haven't had a chance to experience before. We always joke about, hey, I don't have the reps, you know, we can, and you know, the book that I keep talking about, I'm writing that ain't been written. But you know, you might not be a great girlfriend. You might be a great catch, but you struggle once you've been caught. All of us can talk about all these wonderful traits and qualities and ideas we are and what we hold true, but that's totally different in the context of a boo thing. And you getting them reps in real time. This is not a drill, baby. This is not a drill, y'all. She been doing good though. She been doing good. I'm giving her an A+. She been doing really good. No, you an A+ today now. By the time she called me tomorrow, you know, them elves, I be passing like, bruh, stop it. What are you talking about? And let me say this one thing. We're going to get into it later. They be arguing about the dumbest stuff. Y'all, I have never seen two people, not one person, but two, and they found each other and will literally argue for days about the dumbest stuff. And when I say dumb stuff, I'm saying something that don't even involve them.
Okay.
I understand the argument and how it was personalized.
But that's okay. So we are both argumentative. We're both stubborn. We're both headstrong. We both think we know everything, right? Cool. Okay, so that's gonna cause bump. You're gonna bump heads every day anyway.
Yep.
The dumb stuff that she's talking about, and this is where I struggle. Especially arguing with him, because men don't really think beneath the surface of what we're arguing about.
Right.
They just think it's this, and Kobe Bryant is the best player in the world, and that's the end of the argument, or whatever, or the worst player in the world, whatever. Right. I argue when I'm arguing beneath the surface of what this is communicating to me as a person and who you are. So he'll be up here, and so that gets really frustrating. But I have yet to get him to see beneath the surface.
Right.
So
because you're arguing about what this thing you're saying means. Yeah. He's just arguing about this thing he's saying.
Right. And so
y'all will keep arguing, and y'all really ain't even talking about the same thing no more.
And he still don't know we ain't talking about the same thing. I just have to realize that. I have to realize it.
4 days. She gave that Kobe Bryant example. It literally does involve an athlete. 4 days. She has called me, I'm not talking to him no more. This is about an athlete on the TV playing a sport. Neither one of them know the person. That's going to be another episode.
And I'm not even a fan of the athlete. That's the fact. Yeah. It just be.
That'll be another episode.
Yeah, we'll just dedicate an episode to that.
We'll dedicate an episode to that shenanigan right there. But they are both argumentative. They both know everything, and they are both stubborn. That's why I said, oh, this y'all gonna go down in flames equally. If y'all don't make this work, it's gonna be on both y'all. Because, and you know the other thing, and we'll talk about it. I've told her, and we talked about before you met this guy, we have got to learn how to say, oh, for real? Like grandmama did. Oh, for real? But when we hear somebody say something, we're used to engaging and interacting. Even on this podcast, we say stuff we don't agree. We say, well, no, because I don't believe it. You know, sometimes with a dude, you just gotta say, oh, for real?
Shake your head.
That's it. Instead of saying, why would you say that? Hold on, because for you to say that, right now, did you hear what you just said?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Wrong answer. Just say, oh, for real? That's crazy. I don't know. I never thought about it. I don't know. I wouldn't even feel right giving the opinion because I really ain't never. You obviously have given this more thought, so I wouldn't even know. And see.
No, that's a real thing.
That is a lesson in a ministry. For real?
It is.
Oh, you know what? Well, I don't know. I don't really know about, because one, you disarm them by saying, I don't know, because you already know everything. You know what? I really have not really looked into that like that, but I don't know. Let me look into it. I probably won't though. I probably won't even remember to look into it. But if I do, I'll tell you what I think about it, then. And it just diffuses the situation. I just thought I don't know something, and I really don't care enough to be arguing with you about it. You You know, I know. All I gotta do right here is do this right here to know. Okay, yeah, I know now.
I don't even have to look it up. I already know. I already know what it is.
I know, but that's my point. Look at it, y'all. Look at it, y'all. Look at it. For real?
I already know, but you know, I'm just keeping.
I know. Look, for real.
Oh, but yeah.
That's how you do. That's crazy. Oh, for real? Oh, that's crazy, right? Let it go. She gonna learn, y'all. She gonna learn. But he'll say something, and she'll say, "Did you just hear yourself?" And he heard himself.
And he literally thinks I'm sitting here arguing about what he said, and it's the craziest thing. It's the dumbest thing.
Oh, well, that'll just be our next Patreon, y'all. Please be clear. Because we ain't gonna leave y'all in the dark too long about that stupidity. We're gonna go ahead and discuss that and let that go. And if you have any advice, if you have been in a relationship and then you have managed to make the test, what else do y'all have besides, oh, for real? Huh. Offer her some insights. That's all I got. It's just, girl, it's okay to not know. It's okay not to argue your point. It really don't matter. Sometimes it's gonna matter.
Yeah.
Most of the time it don't. Most of the time it don't. And then by the time it matters to you, you can say, you know what? I don't ask you for much. I don't disagree with you often. But this one right here. Right. If you disagree with everything and matching point for point, it's like, that's all you do is disagree with me. I don't push back often, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't push back because it really ain't that deep and I trust you and what you say. But this one right here, I'm going to have to stand on this one.
Yeah.
And then he will probably be more apt to be like, no, that is true. She really don't be rah-rah about a lot. If she rah-rah about this, let me listen to it differently. Don't mean it's going to go that way, but just let me, I ain't got to fight from the riff because everything rah-rah.
Correct.
Pick your rah-rah, baby. That's the name of this. Pick your rah-rah. Pick your rah-rah. All right. Well, I'm happy for you, friend. I'm excited to continue this journey with you and continue to talk you off the ledge. I'm excited to share with Patreon, you know, as this grows and continues, you know, that'd be pretty fun. You know, we've both dated people on and off since we've been doing the podcast, and we'll be excited about the next episode. We're like, girl, no. But I feel like this one feels different. We're not scripting it. We're not controlling it. And we just are okay. We are allowed to feel different when we feel different and acknowledge it. And we're going to let everything be new with this one. Okay. Oh, no, him did it.
Girl, yes, him did.
He doing it too.